I remember hearing the knock, and you said knock, but to me it was a pound. I mean, it was like the SWAT team was trying to get in my house, and it was 3. I mean, it was dush, 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 and it just went into my chest. And my eyes opened up, and I said, there's no reason why someone's banging on my door at 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday unless they're here to tell me that something is wrong. So I threw on my robe, and I think Cash was still in bed. I don't think I came downstairs with Cash. And the way that the house was laid out is when you came down the stairs, when you came out, it was perpendicular to where the front door was. So when you came down, you could see through the corner door, and I saw the 3 men sitting there in blues. And so I said, okay, here we go. So I opened the door, and my lead casualty officer, they have to make sure that they're you. So they have to identify you. Are you Keri Mills? Yes. And then they identify themselves. And then I remember questioning you because the lead casualty officer said, there's been an incident. There's been a helicopter crash. I said, okay. And he said, there were no survivors, because I said, how many were lost? And he said, there are no survivors. And I said, okay. And he said, your husband was on that helicopter. And I looked at him, I said, so he's dead? And he said, yes, ma'am. And I am going to apologize to you for this ahead. But the wail that came out of me was from the bottom of my toes. And I'm sorry, you will never forget that sound. I suppose I composed myself. It's a little bit blurry. We all came inside, and I think I went and got Cash. And we came downstairs. I was still in my robe. I remember I was still in my robe. And I was sitting there, and I had laundry on the couch. And at that moment, reality came back into me, and I thought, shit. Laundry on the couch. These people think I'm a slob. I mean, literally, that's just as fast as I came back to real life. And we sat there, and we chatted for quite some time. And you guys kept asking me if I could call someone, because my family is all in California. And they said, do you want someone with you? And I said, does his family know if he's gone? And they said, no. Because us being ahead in Texas and it being 6:30, 5:30 in Texas, where his parents and his children lived. And so I said, well, we'll wait. And we sat there and we got to know each other, because I refused to have someone come over to my house before his family knew that he was gone. I just didn't think it was fair. And so they told me that they weren't going to be over to their house until like 11 or something. And they would have found out if they. And so I made the decision to call Matt's dad, because I didn't want him to have to go through that. And so I called his father and I told him that Matt was gone. And then I called his ex-wife so she could notify their children. And then I called my family.